who's available. Who's that?
Oh, it is the
It is
Aurora.
Aurora, yeah.
All right. So, following Deadeye's advice, they stick with the standard drafting, the comfort picks. Here.
MlB versus TNC
Welcome
Pro
to
Team.
Mobile Legends.
Leo here at your service alongside Naisu.
Here we go.
I hate how the draft just fits their character, man. I hate it.
For both of them?
It's too perfect.
Well, you know what? I think, the panel, I liked with some of the ideas they were going through here and what it's ended up doing now for TNC. And part of that is just, I think going back to the keys to victory, play like you have nothing left to lose. And historically, we've seen TNC in that position where when they do kind of have that off their shoulders, they play their best. And it's unfortunate that, at this point, it's like, remember what they have to do here. They have to sweep this, right?
That's right. Every game won means we'll end the night quick. And if TNC have their way, that's what's going to happen. Luckily, again, as previously mentioned, they have the draft on their side. Now check this out. Whoa!
Whoa! Already early damage. Good flicker, though.
Changing.
Good flicker from Edward, as you were saying.
Looking at that draft, lane per lane, let's start with the XP lane. Again, Escalera. What's up, Escalera?
I don't know if you're going to get a chance. First blood going to the hands of Renegade. So, Escalera, I mean, he was just trying to do what we usually see Cho do.
I don't think he got the memo. They got a little too aggressive down bottom. They're like, Jomi, we're going out. What?
Whoa.
Jomi, I said, we're going out!
Now they're looking for more under the turret. Heads does take a couple shots
He's fine.
from themselves,
Whoa!
and now joining the fight. Demon Kite's there, looking for Heads. Does get the flicker out, so Heads is going to keep alive for now. But at least they get on the board.
All right, you know what? I'll double down. XP lane and mid lane. Because you can kind of count Heads as a part of that mid game. All right, that mid lane, rather. And now, gold-wise, I'd give a slight advantage to Doming. Doming is... you know what? I have to do it now, live on broadcast. I have to apologize to Doming. I don't appreciate him as much as I should. He's a diamond in the rough, and I don't sing his praises hard enough. And now look at this. Demon Kite and Doming force out a blazing duet.
Yeah, force that out. And I think it's just one of those things where Doming is just a little more low-key than a lot of the gold laners. Hold on. In the jungle, there's the freeze. Renegade is going to get taken out.
My boy.
Hatred helps cap that out. So TNC finding another kill on the board.
I mean, they sent 4 dudes.
Yeah, they did. They used a lot.
They used a lot, and here's the thing. They didn't commit to stealing away the buff. I wonder how bad that's going to bite them in the behind.
Yeah.
Because look, like...
They got the objective. They got the turtle, and
eventually.
pick up the kill.
And so far, I think, yes. I think the TNC are now back in the driver's seat. Can't confirm. So save for the gold lane, TNC win every lane from there.
I'm going to go back to what you were saying there. What do you think it is about Doming? Is it just, hold on, Escalera, hold that thought. He's looking for the kick. Won't be able to find it. There's the response coming through. They jump in, they get the flicker out, and onto the defense. TNC, no one falls. So this gold lane itself has been very action-based already.
By themselves.
By themselves.
They are an island at this point, and I think it's in those moments I can truly appreciate Doming. Weirdly enough, more than I can appreciate him in team fights. Because he doesn't get to the point where in team fights are automatically won when he comes in without weathering the first 5 or 6 minutes. And I think that's where the magic of Doming lies. That's where I think again, much to my own misgiving, do not give him enough credit. Because he holds it down so well.
Like he just scraps in the gold lane.
He just scraps it. That's why he gets to the point of being called Pal Doming, which is in English just a rich guy.
A rich guy.
Rich Doming.
I remember even Doming Nation before
There
when he was playing the Claude.
So how do you establish a Doming Nation? You gather your resources. You invest in the right funds.
That's true.
And now that benefits the rest of Aurora. And they're going to need that. They're going to need that insurance policy because TNC is not going to let up.
They're not, because Escalera is jumping in
Nice
with
kick.
the kick. Going to find the mark. Renegade already taken out. Good response, TNC. Momentum in their favor. Edward is around the corner. Doesn't have the flicker, though, but is going to get forced out of the area. Does still wait for the team to get back. Gives the information. We'll get the flicker out from Heads. Penalty zone already expended as well, and Escalera quite low. Demon Kite waiting impatiently to try to take the turtle, but he won't as SD secures that one.
All right. Let's talk about TNC, and I think we're skirting a major fact here.
Tell us.
It's a new mid-duo.
Yeah.
It's a new trio, technically. You have Hate and SD.
SD.
That's my boys, J-Lord and Daniel Chu.
Yep.
It's
Oh.
been a while since we last have seen play. Oh!
Mid lane. He's going to stay alive still. We've seen this time and time again, but in the mid lane, they're still going for more as SD is going to drop. Renegade will go down as well, so they trade the roam for a jungle. Going back to it, yes, it is a little bit of a different TNC than what people have seen for the previous weeks.
And here's my theory. The fact why in the past 5 minutes alone we've seen back and forth, aggressive or not,
Yeah.
TNC go, think twice about how they approach is because of this new duo. We were so used to Kaizen and Lancey winning the early game. Oh, Domeng!
Domeng 1 versus 2 takes the brunt of the damage. Domin forced under it and will stay alive, even going aggressive just to force Escalera back a little bit more.
See?
He does it, man. He's a scrapper.
See? That's what I'm talking about. And look, he sent the 2 dudes back, and he's not done.
He wasn't done.
All right.
Sends Escalera too.
So here's what I'm saying, right? The aggression that Hatred and SD have
Yeah.
might be a different kind of aggression that Heads, Escalera, and Kozin are used to. So that's why they could have definitely gone like 7-2 or 6-3. You know what I mean? Like just change those numbers
Yep.
a wee bit, grow this lead to about 1,000, and then maybe convert to better objectives earlier on, like not just 2 turtles. But I might be nitpicking, but that's what we're reading. That's what we're seeing from the new duo.
And not only that, but like we have seen time and time again where TNC gets the control of the early game. You know, like they are locking in some objectives, they lock in some of those early team fights.
Yep.
But it's always that transition into that mid to late game where usually whatever iteration of TNC we've seen has struggled and had to adjust from.
So now maybe they might have a new Achilles heel or a new speed bump to deal with, but also it might not even be something to worry about because it's close here. TNC about 200 up, given over the last turtle to Aurora, and it's not like it's a sudden turn. It's more a consistent build-up that we're looking at TNC do here. Heads!
Demon Kite going for Heads. Already the Sandstorm going to be used. He backs off, respects the fact that Heads does have good damage and can just heal up as he did with the guard. So now it looks like they go ahead and trade turrets. Tier 1 on the top for TNC and then Tier 1 on the bottom for RORA.
Take it back, Joseph.
Oh, no, Tier 2?
It's also Tier 2!
Oh, he's getting enough damage on it. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him in time. It looks like he'll go back, though.
He's thinking twice because he can't see
Escalera?
much. And there's a kick.
Goes with a kick on Edward. Gets the Frigid Glacier to help out with the fight, but Edward getting locked down. Won't be able to escape. Renegade and Domeng trying to join the fight. They'll be able to find Kozin, but he BMI's off to safety. Demon Kite now on the hunt.
Done.
We'll be able to find him. Clashes down. Picks up the kill, so it's still a trade for a trade.
Counting their blessings for them. TNC, luckily, Kozin didn't spend the flicker. I think he knew. He knew as soon as he saw the Tempest of Blaze land on top of him. Oh, no.
I'm done.
He didn't click the flicker anymore. So with that said, TNC, they're trading. They're getting objectives on the way out, but they're coming at such high costs that now Aurora has the lead. This is about 500, 600 gold.
Yep.
Up now at 8 minutes, and we have a Lord spawning in the lower quarter at 30. And check this out.
Wow.
SD is the player with the most played games under TNC Pro Team. He's played 151, Joseph, holding 472 kills, which is the most total kills amongst those stats.
And you know, with that, like, you got to remember, throwing it, what was the season like? Season 9?
Season 8 is the first time TNC ever became a franchise in MLBB.
Okay, so, and I remember Season 9 specifically when SD really made a name for himself. Back when the jungle emblem was Demon Slayer, was it?
Homie made Demon Slayer, Mage Slayer a thing.
Yeah.
Which now eventually became Veteran Hunter, Season Hunter. That's his legacy.
That's his legacy right there. And now this fight for the first Lord of the game, under half health right now. Escalera looking for that angle. Heads on the opposite side they go in. Edward already jumping in with the penalty zone. Now going to fight, break it out. Kozin has to use the Blazing Do It already. Once again, Escalera's going to fall, but Demon Kite will get the Lord, and now they turn on Heads. He tries to get out, but he can't. Renegade is the only one to fall from RORA, so they get just about everything from that fight.
And I see how TNC tried. They really did, sending Heads back in to get the flank. But the problem with that, the issue is, this is not your damage type Khalid.
Yeah.
He was trying to hunt down for soft targets in the back, but instead got rope-a-doped and could have definitely been the front line to help heal. but apparently Aurora were able to deal with that. They were happy with what happened.
Oh.
And eventually, wait, was that steal?
I believe
Demon
Kai
Kite
got it. Yep.
with a Grand Theft Orange. Aurora just taking TNC's lunch money.
Ends up getting that, and this is always that switch. For some reason at this point in the game, now top side, Thames Blade's already used 2 penalties over there. Demon Kite does get taken out, but they're just fighting under the turret. So it's a double for heads. Really aggressive play from RORA.
It's what they needed to do to push down tier 2 in mid and bottom as well. Aurora understand and knew what they were doing. To be honest, better if Demon Kite didn't die, but
yeah.
Too late. They were there anyways. And that gave a lead over to Aurora, about 2,500 gold, a good chunk of it on the mid lane, and a good wee bit of it as well on the jungle. So if you're looking at Demon Kite, sure, 2, 1, and 3, compared to SD's 2, 3, 4, you still see a little bit of the DNA in SD, right? You see a little bit of that old utility jungle.
Yeah.
Bro, that was even before utility jungle was
that
a
was
thing.
before, yeah, I was going to say.
He made it a thing.
That was, so when you all started that was on the Karina, wasn't it?
That was on the Karina, and then slowly the Lancelot, then the Akai.
And then we transitioned into the Eternal Fredrins.
And then 6 months later is the Fredrin. So folks, if you guys don't know, this is MLBB history. I'm thinking like February, March of 2022.
2022,
That is the height of utility junglers, and it's this man's fault right here. It's him and his coaches back then, which is the legendary Ren.
Yeah.
Who's now the coach of Team Spirit
Team
from
Spirit.
the ECA, from the MCC.
And you know, for SD, like SDZYZ, the way that he jungles has obviously an effect on when we always talk about that mid lane trio and how this all plays a part. He's got a different style than what people are used to seeing, and it does work in a lot of cases. But against a team like RORA right now with this lineup, there's other things that aren't working for them. Even if SDZYZ just goes in for enhanced chains and is able to pop off some damage, and then they follow it up with hatred, that is how they find the success. The problem with the team fights that they're going against is sometimes when Heads wants to be the initiator, sometimes he has to actually get out of there with the Raging Sandstorm instead. And you can see he kind of layers this up by now picking up a winner's crown.
Yep, so if Aurora are able to skirt around Heads and dodge that part of the process, TNC has to kind of MacGyver their way to a good team fight. And for all those kids who don't know what MacGyvering is, just imagine Fortnite, and then you're just building, just build your way towards a winning position. Like, that's what it means for
just
TNC.
Fast build.
Yeah, so just fast build, whatever. I can't believe
Old
I used
school
that.
Fortnite.
I can't believe I used that pun. Like, no one's going to get it. Anyways, looking back, this is an enhanced lord we're staring at, approaching a 13-minute mark, and it's slowed down. Aurora no longer as aggressive as they used to be, at least for the past 5 minutes. I think they're respecting the fact that maybe Heads is learning. Because as soon as they get them skirt around Heads, it should be fine.
As long as they spot him out, and then Aurora anticipates where is Heads going to go with the Raging Sandstorm, they can actually avoid it, but also keep an eye on Escalera, because there's the kick we were just talking about into the Raging Sandstorm. Still under it all. Escalera goes down. The fighting power is there. Demon Kite looking for his own angle as he chases into the backside, looking for the triple. Gets the passive out, and Heads is stuck as well. Demon Kite already gets the triple, and UA will try to catch up and just delay Heads from getting back to defend.
Them boys are now in the base. They're breaking through the mid. Joseph, I think it's endable.
RORA, I sit on the base, and Heads goes down as well. UA picks up the kill, and the team RORA will pick up game number 1.
The Northern Lights pierce through and punish TNC's slip-up. I mean, they tried. Escalada got an amazing kick, and that was going to be
into the Sandstorm, by the way.
Possibly the best setup you could get as a lineup that works that way, but I could have sworn Demon Guy was supposed to be dead, but he got away.